How's everyone feeling? Right, my name is Rayan, otherwise known as RVJ, and I'm here to give you a bit of wordplay tonight. Is that alright? So the first one I'm going to do tonight is called The Jamaican. I like that. I like that. The Jamaican. I'm from a place where culturally, a gun in the hand is more celebrated than a man with a plan. A place where a man is laughed at and called a one burner for being loyal to one woman. I'm from a place where being emotionally vocal as a male is seen as soft and weak, and that cry for help doesn't get its true recognition. A place where your environment can negatively influence your dreams and directly limit their realization. I'm from a place where there's a false sense of security created by so-called area dons. A place where the normalization of death has become a permanent fixture in our psyche. So most times, to most of us, just another day where we're from. I am from a place where there's a good chance that ammunition outnumber the local population 3-1. I am from a place 90 miles south of Cuba, 118 miles west of Haiti. A small island called Jamaica. Yes, I am Jamaican. Born in Spanish Town Hospital, bred in the parish of St. Catherine, which was once the nation's capital. I am from a place where the people aren't perfect and they struggle daily against a socially corrupt institution. A place where classism still divides us and hinders the economic growth of a truly little but tallow super nation. I am from a place where the mangoes are sweet, the rivers run deep, and jerk chicken is the real MVP from Morant Point in St. Thomas to South Liverpool Point in Westmoreland. A place that offers up such beautiful treats you can live there all year round and still stay there for your vacation. I am from a place that the things that we do and the way that we do it oftentimes makes us the envy of a few other nations. A place where the spirit of my people can overcome anything, true resilience, no matter the situation. I am from a place where the highest point is on Blue Mountain, peaking at 2,256 meters, overlooking everyone, real icon. I attended St. Catherine Basic, St. Catherine Primary, and St. Catherine High School. That means from a very tender age, I've been a loyal one. You see, the picture that sometimes portrayed of us and the picture we sometimes portray of ourselves isn't pleasing to look on, but I've accepted that as a part of life's journey. You can't control who has the paintbrush. You can only enjoy maneuvering that paintbrush when it's in the control of your own hands. Jamaica, I love you. And to my fellow Jamaicans, that love is extended 1,000,000 times over because together we are strong. When I overhear someone speaking patois, it warms my heart. I want to join in the conversation. Now you notice I said speak patois, not the other one, so please, for those of you who do it, I'm asking us to speak Jamaican. I'm always missing home. So in my mind, I'm always on vacation. So if you see me drifting off, please don't be offended. It's nothing that you've done. It's just that I'm by a nice river with a beautiful waterfall, enjoying the magical greenery of my little island. I am from a place where the motto embodies what it means to be Jamaican. Out of many, one people. Words which weave together different cultures to strengthen the fabric of our nation. Wherever we go, whatever we do, the spirit of my people unites everyone. So I'm forever proud to bleed the black, green, and gold, representing what it means to be Jamaican. Alright. So that's a small introduction of me, you know. So yeah, Rayan, the Jamaican. So I represent. I love home, innit? And I'm here in London, England, you know, trying to make it. I'm still here after coming here at 17, so yeah, I think I'm doing something good. So yeah. So the next poem is funny because I've heard a few male counterparts come up here tonight and make reference to cry or crying. And that's the name of my next poem, Cry. It's just my interpretation, idea of that whole emotion or act condensed in a poem. Obviously we can talk about it for this because we know society looks at a male and actually crying. So this one is called Cry. I'm going to go straight into it. Cry. But why? Why cry when everything that I've been taught to be as a man was a lie? Well, maybe that's a good enough reason to let these waterworks drain and these wells run dry. Said if he wasn't a man, then tears would be running from his eyes. But why? Why is it such a taboo to express natural feelings towards certain emotional events in our lives? Why? The capacity to cry. But you're a man and they say it makes you less of a man if you cry. Well, there goes another lie. The feelings you feel are feelings that are real. Real feelings manifest when you cry. You're just confused with years of lies that have been feeding into these lies over years about cry. But I'm a man and big man don't cry. That's just the motto we live by. That's the law we die by. That's just the way it is and has always been, and we dare not ever question why. We just know that for as long as we're alive, we better not ever let them see us cry. Okay. So, how about when my daughters took their first breath? Was that a good enough time or reason to cry? Or expressing grief at a loved one giving up their last breath? Is that good enough to not be ridiculed and told men aren't supposed to cry? Or maybe when I've given everything that I can give and still expected to give a little bit more. No support system to re-energize you. No small respite to gather myself up off the floor. Feeling overwhelmed by always having everyone else's back while my back is fully exposed to the door. Blocking out life's cold coming through that door. You see, social constructs and normalized opinions deny us the ability to effectively socialize. Our eyes are wide open, but there's nothing of substance coming from the deep darkness that's inside. So we ensure that the only thing that we give away from these eyes are stares. Meanwhile, the water wells that reside in the back of our eyes are wells overflowing with buckets to spare. As babies, we strengthen our lungs, we're encouraged to cry. As little boys and young men, we reinforce a taboo that has been continuously feeding us these lies. Not to mention adult men, we hide away in our cars, the bathroom. We do selfish things to others just to prevent ourselves from shedding a tear or two. Why? Because in our eyes, it's better to see them cry than having to deal with the feelings that our tears will produce. Maybe I'm just overthinking this, looking for reasons to say that as men we struggle too. Maybe it's just something that's been normalized by my culture. What say you? Maybe I don't know, maybe I just don't have a clue. However, your inability to flex your emotional muscle will eventually paralyze you. Your numb, cold persona, frostbiting the fingers of people reaching out to help you, eventually pushing them away from you. Your emotional memory, forgetting that you have a soft side, eventually hardening that soft side of you. Find a quiet place, shed a quiet tear, for as long as it pleases you, because most of us already do. See, we tend to think that the only way to cry are with tears, but if only you could see your actions screaming in everyone else's face. Not to mention your voice whispering, please help me, in between those angry fears. Believe me when I say, if you cry, you won't let me see you any less than society already perceive you. I, for one, will never look down on you. That's something that's a natural part of you. Especially in this society where most of its expectations aren't realistically possible. Rise up, kings, and with your emotional selves, be bold. Understand that your expression of self is yours to be proud of, regardless of what you've been previously told. Cry. Like I said, that one is a conversation starter as far as I'm concerned, because there are a lot of ideas and thought processes around this, but I just feel life experience has taught me that expression of self is you being true to yourself. Well, a lot of times we tend to think about what the person or external may think of us, yeah, and then we get it wrong. And also, when we keep things bottled up, they normally manifest themselves in a way that you look back and thought, shh, if only I had. So yeah, that's cry. So the next one is untitled. The next one is it's a new method of writing for me. It's the first time I'm doing this. So let's get it.
Let's get it. Go. You got this, bro.
Some people will stand by the idea of accountability and they'll put money on it. But that's only if their accounts have the ability to pay someone else to take responsibility for it.
Come on. Yes.
Alright. Some people will stand by the idea of accountability and they'll put money on it. But that's only if their accounts have the ability to pay someone else to take responsibility for it. Isn't it funny how people will support you and your abilities, doing the most to endorse it, When you really think about it, they're only doing it because they think there's something for them to get out of it. You see, I'm the first to say that life will distress you, but I'll also say, please don't get comfortable with it, because the stress you experience is abstract. You can't see it, you can't touch it, yet we walk around with it daily, holding on to it dearly like a survival kit. Instead, why don't we find an outlet to de-stress? Something with a positive outlook, and make a habit of it, because when you start valuing yourself, your network is revealed to you, and the things you do, you'll start taking credit for it. People will acknowledge this and literally pay you to benefit from your service. But be careful of the ones who will see this as nothing but an opportunity to take advantage of it. Blind to the grind that you've heavily invested in. Deaf to the offer of you teaching them how to swim. Instead, they'll see nothing but you being content with absolute peace of mind and do everything in their power to try and disrupt it. But it's okay. Your peace provokes their demons, drawing them out. Like I said, it's okay. They should be grateful. You are a modern day exorcist. You see, I grew up around role models, real life superheroes. My admiration for them was pretty dramatic. Now as an adult, I realized that being a superhero is much harder than you think. Their superpower was being human. Their smile, their mask. And behind that mask, they hid the identities of the battles that they were struggling with. But it takes a village to raise a child, right? A community effort collectively helping them to make it. Yet our communities are so divided by social politics, I can no longer tell the difference between our core values and a bag of party tricks. Because people be fronting big time. Peacock syndrome, pulling the wool over a few eyes and flooding our timelines. But please understand that all this parading is temporary compared to an eternity of regretting not making time for the simpler things in life. Like these juveniles I see running around in circles just to move a couple lines. Naive to what it really means to be packing heat somewhere around the waistline. What do you know about a thin piece of galvanized zinc separating you and the up? Hold your nerve, brother, because one small sound can determine whether you live to speak about it or whether you get dropped. Or have you ever seen a car roll up outside of a shop? Windows start to crack. Man, them inside start waving, but it's not with the hand gestures that you were thinking of. Something more sinister coming out of the dark. The iron sending goodbye messages, sealed with a flashing spark. Pink-tipped RIPs extracting chunks of flesh on impact. Tattoo artists of a different kind, inking body parts. No, your skin is breathable like a mesh marina, but this representation of style isn't for the arts. The reaper sent to harvest more promising souls, and they are happy with the numbers, because this is a lifestyle that we're happy to endorse, literally killing our brothers. Look, I'm not here to dampen the mood or cast a cloud over those in our communities who are doing us proud. But if we're honest with ourselves and check the records, as teenagers, we've been handed down the ability to pattern our people and do it with a cold heart. And now as adults, this pattern and style we give to today's youth, as if to say the streets are the only way to leave our mark. Hence the cold suicidal cycle repeats itself, going round like a revolving door. But I'm praying that one day the hinges will fall off. I'm praying that one day the hinges will fall off. They say 2 wrongs don't make a right. But that's just a case of cause and effect. How can the wrong cause create the right effect without leaving behind a devastating after effect? Especially when everything that is being done is contributing to the negative ripple effect. Starting the race way behind the curve, facing obstacles, taking what feels like a million evasive steps just to level the playing field. Now I'm at the start line where I was initially meant to be. And even though I find my way in a favorable position in the home stretch, you move the finish line to alter an inevitable upset. Because you fear our abilities to overcome the cause and rewrite the effect. Simply because you know that our drive and determination is something you'll never be able to put in chains again. And for these characteristics, you have nothing but respect. You see, we won't fully impact this reality, the one that we're fighting to change, until we respect our home and our inability to clean up our own space. Come on, how can you go to someone's place and tell them how to run it? When deep down in your own habitat, there are things that are mentally keeping you enslaved. You don't go to someone's house and tell them how to run it, and if you do, it will be a very short visit. Some say this isn't their home, but It will move mountains to contribute in any national debate. All I'm saying is, if one or both of your parents weren't born here, but you were born here, ensure that when you speak on the things that affect your home, your voice permanently resonates. Yes, the fence have two sides, but understand that on both sides is where you sit, because you're a representation of dual culture, and you should be proud of it. Don't allow the insecurities and hate of other people to allow you to step away from it, because that's just them playing mind games, and we have to show them that psychologically we know their trick. Some will get that, some won't, but it's okay. It's a conversation. I'll leave until we're truly ready to address it. RVJ. Right, so that was a serious one, right? And I'm going to end with one. So my writing started with love, or centered around the topic of love. Not love based on heartbreak, but love based on expression. I always, when I was younger, I always crave conversation even more. So after not being in the same space with the person, I always think to myself, right, what can I say next time? What did I not say? How can I say it better? So, you know, being expressive. So I started writing with love, and tonight I'm going to end with love.
Come on. Come on.
This one is called 5 Minutes. And it speaks for itself. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay.
Alright. Saucy. Naughty.
5 minutes is all I need. Can I see you for just 5 minutes, please? To refresh my memory bank of your pleasant appearance. To upload the unique detail of your current presentation. It's all about face for the first minute, as I remind myself as much as I can using the beauty of your outlines and contours. See, it is the image of this beauty that allows me to escape reality time and time again in the presence of your absence. 5 minutes is all I need. Can I see you for just 5 minutes, please? Second minute. To feel the texture of your skin pressing against mine. It's like we're both physically active while everything around us is static or coming together at somehow manipulated time. The rhythm of your inhale, exhale, chest pressed against me, intimately dancing together with mine. Feeling your body lift slightly as the squeeze reassures me that you needed this just as much as I did.
Oh yeah.
Arms wrapped tightly around your body to say I'll never let you go. The warmth of your embrace pulling me in as your body begins to glow. Lips softly whispering in your ears, I never want this feeling to go. 5 minutes is all I need. Can I see you for just 5 minutes, please?
Yes.
Third minute. I'm all about expressing just how much I've missed you. My mind, body, and soul contributes to reaching out to your heart. Encouraging it to open up so I can inject it with nothing but pure, unrehearsed feelings of adoration. See, I can be nothing but honest with you, even though at times I try not to. I give you my all in this minute, while I secretly pray that time will stop allowing me more time to perfectly express my feelings for you. Because there's no getting enough of the sweetness that you have to offer. I'm in love with your sugar rush. So as we're jammed for time, let us come together like dough and watch our love go nuts. Krispy Kremes ain't got nothing on us. Rewind it. Where am I going? Right.
As you press the time.
Alright. So, I give you my all in this minute, as I pray that time will stop allowing me more time to perfectly express my feelings for you. I can't get enough of the sweetness that you have to offer. I'm in love with your sugar rush. So as we are pressed for time, So as we're jammed for time, let us come together like dough and watch our love go nuts. Krispy Kremes ain't got nothing on us. 5 minutes is all I need. Can I see you for those 5 minutes, please?
Yes!
4 minutes. 4 minutes. Arranging the next time we will meet, because I want to relive this encounter again. Possibly increasing it to 6 minutes, because spending an additional 60 seconds in your company would be time well spent. Of all the time investments that I've previously committed to, this is the purest, with abundance, with returns so abundant, they must be heaven sent. Eagerly setting date, because I know our rendezvous are magical moments that I appreciate. And with that being said, it most likely won't happen that way, but more like a spontaneous urge to soak you up and take you in. Simply giving you a ring, just to let you know that I'm coming. 5 minutes is all I need. Can I see you for just 5 minutes, please? Fifth and final minute. It's the hardest, most difficult thing that I've ever had to do. Walking away from your presence, unwillingly abandoning you. A somber reminder that 5 minutes is never enough time with you. But when I'm alone with your absence, the memories help me through. One of my biggest fears is not being able to spend at least a minute with you. But does she even care enough to want me, need me as much as I do? Nevertheless, I'm filled with joy because the time I spent with you was valuable. How meaningful and worthwhile time can be when I'm spending it with you. When all is said and done, time will always catch up with you. You're a timeless masterpiece, a beautiful creation. And my time with you has me stuck in a loop. 5 minutes was all I needed. And believe it or not, I used those 5 minutes to fully appreciate you. 5 minutes.